morning. I'm just sitting here getting ready, and I was thinking about sharing a little bit of my story with Robbie. I sometimes get the question, how did I know that he had Down syndrome when I was pregnant? And I didn't know. I was actually a teenager and had him at the age of 18, and my pregnancy was fine all along. The only time that I actually was scared and thought something was I had gone in for a regular checkup to the OBGYN, and he mentioned that the ultrasound tech had measured the amniotic fluid. So this is the fluid around the baby in the sac that they nurture themselves with, or get their nutrients from, and it has to match up. There's a certain amount of amnio fluid with the amount of months you are along. So that fluid amount did not match the amount of my baby. So he sent me to the perinatal center, which is a specialist for babies that haven't been born, high-risk pregnancies, those kinds of things. And so I went in for basically a bunch of tests, another in-depth ultrasound. Just think about this. I was 18 years old. I was young, afraid, super naive, knew nothing. And the night before I went into the perinatal center, my OB had just told me they're going to recommend whether you should terminate this baby or not. What? Needless to say, it was the longest night of my life. I don't think I even slept. I was so anxious and so scared. So I went in to the perinatal center, and after all these tests, they looked at me and said, first of all, we don't know why they even sent you here. Your baby is perfectly normal and everything is perfectly fine. But I often wonder what would have happened if I would have gotten other kind of news and they would have said, hey, we think you should do this, and we think that baby is way too sick, That's why I feel like everything has a reason and everything is not a coincidence, and there's a purpose for everyone and all of us as moms, as children, as parents, as brothers, sisters. And when he was born is when we found out he had Downs, and that's a whole other story. Anyway, I'm so thankful that everything showed up perfectly normal and perfectly fine, because it is. He was. He still is perfect.